Salutations, kings and queens, and welcome back to the Electric Leaf, where it is our goal to help you nourish your mind, body, and chakras. Today, I have the pleasure of coming to you all about Kangen Water. Now, I was only just recently introduced to Kangen Water, and I started drinking the water. I've been drinking the water for about a week now, and I had to come up here and do this really quick testimony because I have to tell you there is a difference in that water. I feel hydrated. I feel like this is what my body and my mind has been missing. I feel like this is what I've been missing is water. Good water. What I've noticed, one of the main changes that I've noticed is that my body is receiving this water on a cellular level, because before, when I would drink my water, I was having a bit of a difficult time with the crystal geyser, and I wasn't able to drink the full gallon like I had been. And I also noticed that when I would boil my crystal geyser, that I was getting a residue in the bottom of the tea kettle. I noticed that with my family's tea kettle, they were not getting the same residue in their tea kettle, and they were just boiling plain city water. So I decided that I needed to go and look for different water. I started trying different waters. You know, none of the waters were looking up to par. None of the waters were testing alkaline on the paper, and so I was getting really discouraged. Not even Crystal Geyser was testing alkaline. So anyway, I prayed, and I ran into a queen who distributes Kangen water, and she has been teaching me all about this water. This water is not just for drinking. This water does so much. This queen showed me how to clean with this water. She showed me how to clean fruits with this water. She also showed me how to use it for your skin. Okay? She showed me the power of this water, and I didn't really believe it so much, but drinking it has truly allowed me to see how different this water truly is. Before, I wasn't even drinking a full gallon of the Crystal Geyser because I just was simply unable to. But, and I would constantly be back and forth to the bathroom, constantly having a tinkle. But my skin, it just wasn't feeling as nourished as I felt that it should, especially with the amount of water and the amount of fruits that I was consuming. So, the first day of drinking the Kangen water, I literally drank 2 gallons of water easily. I could have easily drank more, but I just needed to cut it off by a certain time so I can get a good night's rest. But I could have easily cut it off. I wasn't running back and forth to the bathroom, which really shocked me and surprised me. That was the main thing that I noticed. And then yeah, the water, it literally makes me feel like I'm not drinking anything. It's tasteless. It is tasteless. And I love the fact that it's tasteless. And I've also been storing my water in a copper vessel. The copper vessel by itself, without the Kangen water, it was good, but now I really see a synergy between the two. So I really wanted to come to you all and tell you that, because if it's anybody out there who may be having the same problem as far as consuming water because you don't like the taste of water, or the water makes you feel funny when you drink it, you have a sensitivity to the water you're drinking, well, I understand. Let me tell you, I understand, okay? I have a sensitivity to the taste of tap water as well, or the taste of the bottled water when you crack the bottle open and it makes a little sound, the same way that a carbonated drink would. So believe me, if you're one of those, this water might be for you. This water might truly be for you, because those other waters are not truly water, and the queen explains that. So I hope you have time to possibly get a notebook and a pencil and take notes from this queen, so that she can help to direct your studies and help you figure out whether or not a Kangen machine might be good for you, or to find a Kangen distributor near you so that you can drink this water as well. You know, this is truly sharing is caring. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. Show the sisters some love if you can. And if you are out there providing for your tribe, as always, let me know. Let me know, so that we can connect you, so we can lift you up, so that everybody can see you and what you're providing for your tribe, okay? That is one of the biggest issues that we have in our community, is just the simple fact that we don't even know what's here within our own community, So the more we lift one another up, the more we're able to understand our resources. The more we understand our resources, the stronger we become. The stronger we become. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, because this one was truly, this has been a blessing to my life. And I'm hoping that whoever out there is needing this water, or has been praying for something, and you think this water might be it, I hope and pray that this water could be your answered prayer. For anyone out there who has been praying about a different water, or a better water in this area, and you did not know about Kangen water, I'm praying that this information reaches you. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the video. Salutations, everybody, and welcome back to the Electric Leaf. And I have the pleasure of sitting here with Shukne Roberson. Shukne Roberson, and she is going to tell us a little bit more about her company. She sells Kangen Water. And the name of your company is?
Water First.
Water First.
Yes, Kangen Water. I'm an Enagic independent international distributor for Enagic, which is a company that creates filtration ionization systems for your home, that creates Kangen water, drinking water.
Okay. Now I'm interested, because I saw you over there talking to the masses. I saw you talking to the people, and you were really telling them some good things about the water. You were saying that the water has, it's alkaline, but it's much different. It's of a different quality than the bottled water.
Absolutely. So the way that the alkaline water idea came about was because of these natural springs around the world. Like they have them in Madrid, Spain. They have one in Lourdes, France. I think they have one in South America. Well, when they tested this water back in the 1950s, what they found was that this water is alkaline. Now, when things are alkaline, it's because it has OH, saturation of OH in the solution.
Can you explain what OH is?
Yes, OH is a molecule called hydroxyl, and that's not the interesting part about my water. When a water molecule H2O splits, it splits apart into OH, that's the hydroxyl, but then you have the H2. There's another H that comes off, and those H molecules come together and create a molecule known as molecular hydrogen. And that's what they found to be different in the water in those regions. And people come even to today to those natural springs to get water because of the medicinal benefits.
Yes.
Now the difference between bottled alkaline water, now that's where the idea came from. Now the difference between bottled alkaline water and Kangen water is that Kangen water is real alkaline water, as opposed to bottled water uses chemicals to make their water test alkaline. But people don't get the medicinal benefits that they get from drinking my water, because it's really not alkaline water. What you're really drinking is a solution of chemicals.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. Dr. Sabi, you're familiar?
Yes.
Okay. Dr. Sabi, he spoke about the water in Honduras. And he spoke about that it was coming off a volcano.
Yes.
And that you can heal from the water alone.
Yes, and that's absolutely true. This is very, very possible. It's a very, very real phenomenon. And the Japanese have found a way to harness this technology, this electrolysis process that happens in these volcanic regions, happens around glaciers like Iceland. You know, their water is very electric, if you will. Our water is charged electrically. So hashtag. But it's charged. It's electrically charged. I'm not sure if you got to see some of the demonstrations that were done out at our event on Saturday, but there's this balance test that happens where we're able to have a person drink Kangen water, and they are, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember that little copper bracelet from back in the day where people were supposed to make people stronger. Well, that happens just from drinking water, you know, and we're able to interrupt it right away and get it back right away, because when you drink this water, it goes into you at that negative charge with those negatively charged ions in it, the OH, and it really works with your natural battery. You know, to really, give you that positive feeling. You're stronger right away, and you know, after continual use, you know, it helps clean you out and just helps just create an environment in your body where your body's able to heal itself.
You were saying that the water creates the environment. It's not that the water heals you.
Yes.
It's that it creates the perfect environment for your body to heal itself.
Exactly.
Like for your body to heal itself.
For your body to heal itself. Imagine that. That's what we're intended to do. That's what we're created to do. But because, you know, our environment, the environment around us, the air that we breathe, the foods that we eat, the fake GMO foods that most of us have access to, you know, and the water, the stress, you know, reactions, and the water that we drink. You see, the water that we drink is supposed to clean us out from all those impurities, the environmental stress. Like you said, the stress factors, you know, when our bodies go through those stress reactions, it releases cortisol and adrenaline. Well, water's supposed to clean all that out of us, but because our water is not water, because water's only H2O, if there's anything in your water besides H2O, then it's a solution. Absolutely. It's not water. It's a mixture of things. And so because the water's not water anymore, and it's it's not hydrating us and getting to our cells the way that it's supposed to, then it's not cleaning us out. And a lot of those the effects of those cortisol and adrenaline in our body is compounded because it's just sitting there. And it's, you know, we have a stress reaction one day, it gets released, it's not washed out the next day. Same thing happens. And I really believe that a lot of the cognitive decrease that we have over our life, it's not just because we're getting old, it's because we're not being cleaned out properly. Because just in a few short months, me myself, I feel rejuvenated and regenerated in ways that I didn't even know possible without pharmaceuticals. Right. You know, like I thought that it was going to take me in particular, and I don't really talk about this, but I thought it was going to take me going to get some sort of ADHD medicine or something just so I could continue, because I really had gotten to the place where I didn't feel as bright or as quick as I used to. And just at the end of the year, I had one of my friends tell me, well, maybe you need to try this. And I was seriously looking into a physician or a psychologist to go talk to about getting some medicine, because I felt like I didn't feel as smart. I felt like I'm 37 years old. I feel like my brain isn't, you know, firing the way that it used to, and it was becoming a problem. It was something that I noticed years ago, and I felt like at that point it was becoming a problem. And then I got introduced to Kangen Water. So my mentor, Ezekiel Best, was telling me while I was at my my distributor, the one who I got my device from, Andre Grillcrest, I was at his house, and they told me that a child was able to come off their ADHD medicine. And I didn't mention it right then, but very immediately I remember I thought that I hadn't even taken my medicine in probably a week at that moment. Wow. You know, and I felt like I was really functioning better than I had in a long time. At that point, I said 10 years. Now my testimony is that I don't know, you know, a time within the last 15, 20 years that I felt this clear, even in my mid-20s. Wow. So I feel great, you know, and my life has changed, and I love it. Wow. Yeah, everything. Everything. I was diagnosed with arthritis in my back. I got diagnosed when I was 27 years old. I've been in pain for as long as I can remember. I got injured as a teenager. My back has just been hurting. I started drinking this water, and not suddenly I was doing some back massaging, personal massage or techniques that I've learned over the years, and my back just began to release in ways that weren't familiar to me, and my back hasn't hurt since January, and it was the best decision I've ever made. It's offering me not only a sense of health, wellness. I know that my body is operating better than it ever has before, But in addition, I also have, set myself on a path of financial freedom by purchasing a device, by just investing in my own health. The company invests in you as a distributor, something that you can or cannot do. You can do it, or you have the option to. So you don't have to take advantage of it. But I did, and it's offering me financial freedom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is.
So how does that work? People can buy the devices from you or sell for you? Or
No. If a person buys a device, they then themselves are an independent, international, and national distributor. And they themselves have their own company. Now, that's up to you whether you want to just drink the water or deal with the business side. But if you do, then every device that you sell, you get compensated for. And of course, the more devices you sell, the bigger the compensation. The compensation grows as you level up, if you will. But the interesting thing about this company is that if I sell you a device, I get paid. But if you in turn sell a device to somebody else, you get paid, and I get paid the same amount. You know what I mean? If that person that you sold a device to, they sell a device, they get paid, you get paid, and I get paid the same amount.
Everybody gets
paid the same amount. And then that goes down 8 levels, okay? And then as you level up, it kind of doubles each time. And it's a group effort, it's a community effort, it's a mission of compassion. I mean, we've seen, like I said, people come off their blood pressure medication, because their body's working properly and able to fight and balance itself out. People come off their diabetes medications. We've even seen, not that this water is doing this, but we've even seen cancer reversals right here in Fayetteville. Well, more than one.
That sounds pretty highly likely if you're putting the right things in. As the main thing that's been coming to me through my meditations over the last year, as far as healing is concerned, is it's not always about what you take away, but what you add.
Yes.
Because you got to make sure that you're giving your body what it needs. When you focus more on the good things, that's what grows. That's what you see grow exponentially. Right.
Yes.
So. Yes. Focusing on drinking the water or focusing on drinking a gallon of water a day is way more productive than focusing on not eating potato chips.
Exactly.
Because as you focus on drinking the water, the potato chips just tend to fall away.
Yes, you're absolutely right about that, Nakia. Because like for me, I would say in between 2014 and 2016, I lost about 60 pounds.
Okay.
This is pre-Kangen Water. I lost a lot of weight, and so that lets you know that I've become a bit more health conscious. And so since I've been drinking it, I had kind of let it lax, and I gained about 20 of it back. Over the last few years, and I was comfortable in the skin that I was in. I was, I don't eat bad, but I didn't eat, good.
Right.
Since I've been drinking Kangen Water, my health has changed in such a positive way, and I feel so good. It makes me want to continue to put good things into my body. So I'm not a vegan or vegetarian. I never ate a lot of meat, but around the holidays, I'm not gonna lie. It's no telling what I might eat.
Right, I used to get it in.
Yeah. So I never said I'm a vegetarian, but I don't eat a lot of meats. But it's making me more conscious. And an interesting thing about our device, our device is much more than just drinking water. It makes several different pHs of water. And with the meats, like I was making some baked chicken a few months ago, and I haven't cooked chicken since, honestly. But I was making some baked chicken a few months ago, and our device makes a strong acidic water, but it also makes a strong alkaline water. The strong alkaline water is 11.5 pH, and that's not something that you'll drink. It's an emulsifier, so you can put it, oil and water don't mix. Well, this water mixes with oil because it emulsifies it and breaks it down. Yeah, so you can use it in your laundry, for those oil stains that you might get on your white top. Cleaning your fruits and vegetables. Oh, very important. You should see some of the things that we see come off fruits and vegetables. You
can use that to... This is okay.
Yeah, you use it to clean off all those pesticides and insecticides. Absolutely.
So you don't have to put anything else in it. No vinegar, no baking soda.
No, this water is itself like baking soda it makes water alkaline.
Right.
But that's a chemical. So you can use it to clean your vegetables, but your vegetables are skinned just like we are, so it absorbs it. You know what I mean? And this is just water. It's clearly water that's more saturated with hydroxyl ions. That's it. So when I clean my chicken with it, because it's an emulsifier, so it emulsifies those fats and stuff. So when you just pour it over your chicken, and I had cleaned my chicken the way Grandmama taught me, you know. I mean, you know, really getting the fat off of it and, going under the skin. And so what I did was I just poured the 11.5 over it. And I mean, after I had cleaned it with, hot water and cut all the fat and stuff off of it, just really cleaned it to what I thought was clean. And I put it in a bowl, and I just put the 11.5 over it, and to see the only term that I can use is gunk. That came off of this chicken was overwhelming. I mean, to the point that, I don't know. I mean, I baked it, but I actually ended up giving it away to, I did. I was taken aback, by the amount of residual that was left. Because it had
y'all hear that? Because we went through it when we fasted last time. We went through it. Yeah. Everybody wanted chicken. I even had dreams of chicken. I even had a few dreams of chicken. And now sis is telling us that even when you clean it, it still ain't.
It's still not clean. I mean, I could not believe how much. I mean, and it was not. I didn't agitate the water. I didn't. I just put the water over it, and just as the water lifted up over the chicken, it just pulled up all this grease and fat and whatever else. And I am thankful that I have access to water that I know that I can clean my chicken with, and I know my chicken is clean. But I was little, overwhelmed by the amount that was there, that was still present.
This is so disturbing for me as a mother, because I didn't start my daughter off on the vegan path, and so we fight about chicken,
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that maybe I will come back with a pack of chicken and my daughter.
Yes. Oh yeah. Let's
I'm
clean
so
it.
serious. I'm coming back with a pack of chicken and my daughter.
Yes.
And I want her to see it.
Yes.
Because I don't want to try to, tell her like, no, you're not getting it, because that'll give her a stronger desire.
That's right.
To have it and do what she wants to do. Because right now, like, we have days where she'll go without eating any meat. Good. And I think that I can contribute that to me never telling her, well, you can't eat meat anymore because I don't. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to bring her back.
Absolutely. And I'd love to have you guys. And I'd love to do that demonstration for you. I mean, because it's amazing, the amount of, like I said, grease, fat. I mean, big chunks of fat that I thought, I mean, just, and then, I mean, and then, of course, that makes me, now that I know that I've cleaned, and of course, I've seen movies like, the Food Inks and things like that, where they talk about what they do to the chicken. And, I do get I have started shopping at the healthier food places like the Sprouts and the Fresh Market and things like that. But their chicken, I'm sure it has the fat on it, you know what I mean? And so I haven't had a chance to clean that chicken, but I know that I know that it's there, because I clean organic vegetables with it, and I couldn't believe what came off of that. It's something. This device is something. Right. So for the Alzheimer's body, the device makes a more acidic water. Because the environment around us is more acidic. The nature is that's just the nature of the air. There's this device we have called an ORP meter that measures the oxidation potential of something. When I was talking about the molecular hydrogen, the interesting thing about the molecular hydrogen, because it's the strongest antioxidant known to man. It goes into your body and it pulls out all the free radicals. Okay.
You said that the molecular hydrogen that is produced by the Kangen machine, Kangen machine. Yes. It is the strongest antioxidant known to man.
Yes, H2, that's the molecule. And it goes into your body and it scavenges those free radicals. It pulls out those electrons, and it makes water. So the water flushes you out and cleans you out. Once it pulls up those electrons, and like I said, it turns into H2O, and it flushes you out. And like I said, once it cleans you, then it keeps you clean. So that, and the interesting thing I found out about this as doing my research is that, this device has been in Japan for over 40 years.
Oh, really?
This technology has been around since the 70s. Japan has the longest life expectancy in the world.
Yes, I was just speaking with some people about this, because the Okinawans were living the longest.
That's where they make this. Actually, that's where they make this device in Okinawa.
In Okinawa?
Yeah, in Okinawa.
Oh wow, that's
where the factory is in Okinawa.
That's amazing. I absolutely am impressed.
Yes, yes.
But even now, with all the junk food and everything that they have over there, the Okinawans, they still live longer than anybody else in the world, but they don't have the lifespan that they used to because of all the junk food. So the water makes a difference. The way we treat ourselves makes a difference. The way we keep our environment. But you also mentioned that, you know, the body, like, it's alkaline on the inside. If you are not drinking the right amount of water, if you're not drinking the right type of water, if you're not flushing,
right.
If your pipes are stagnant, every system is based on a set of pipes.
Yes.
But if it's stagnant, you'll be acidic inside, because the body is alkaline in function. It's alkaline by nature, but acidic in function. So as we go along with our days, we see that, you know, we got symptoms. We have symptoms that take place. So it's important to drink this.
Yes, I like that, acidic in function. Very interesting. Like, that's like our byproduct. Yeah. Everything releases acid. Even, I'm a dental assistant. Even when the bacteria in your mouth eat, it releases acid when your cells go through the cleansing process that it goes through. It releases acid. You know, our bodies don't like acid.
Right.
Acid is the basis of inflammation.
Yes.
And inflammation is the foundation of disease. Of disease. And alkaline water, true alkaline water, not the solutions that we have access to in the stores, but true alkaline water, it goes into your body and it helps remove that acid because it's actually getting to those cells. Regular water that we have access to, it doesn't get to our cells. It sits in our stomachs. You know,
so we're just basically dehydrated. Even after we drink.
Even if you're able to drink 100 ounces of water that you have access to, I don't care what kind of water it is, from the fanciest alkaline water to the store brand bottled water. If you're able to get 100 ounces of it down, your body is only going to absorb 20%, so that's 20 ounces. Your body needs at the very least, half of your body weight in ounces of water per day in order to function properly.
Say that again. You said that, but everybody's water needs are different. Everybody's water needs are different.
Yes.
Your body needs
half of your body weight in ounces.
Half of your body weight in ounces.
Yeah. So if you're 100 pounds, that means you need at least, at the very baseline, in order for you to function properly, is you need to put into your body at least 50 ounces of water. But I don't even want to say water. You need 50 ounces of usable water, because if you put 100 ounces of regular water into even if you get 100 ounces of regular water into your 100-pound body, your body's only going to absorb 20 ounces. So you haven't even gotten the water that you need. This water, and that Kangen water, one of the I guess the most common things I hear right away people notice is that it doesn't sit in your stomach the way that regular water does. They're like, I don't even feel it in my stomach. You know, when you drink a bottle of water, let's say you drink a bottle of water down right away.
Splash.
You feel it. It's sloshing around. It's making you feel. Drink a cup of water. It'll fill you up before you eat. You know, this water doesn't fill you up. This water is being utilized by your body as soon as you start drinking it. That's one of the things that really still fascinates me about the water, is that when I drink it, I still don't feel it I don't have that feeling in my stomach. I don't even feel it hit my stomach.
Wow.
I mean, and it's not that the water's lighter, because all the molecules are still there. It's just that the water.
It's not a solution. It's real water.
It's real water.
Okay, so you're gonna demonstrate this for us.
Yeah.
All right. So what is this?
All right. So what this is an ORP meter. This basically gives us a sense of how much a solution or how much something can create oxidation. You know, oxidation is what ages us. Oxidation causes inflammation. It's what causes free radicals in our body, and it's the reason that they tell us to eat antioxidants, like eat your acai berries and drink your green teas and drink, eat blueberries. So having 24 ounces or 2 cups of Kangen water is basically so packed with antioxidants that it's the equivalent of eating 5 pounds of blueberries.
Oh wow!
5 pounds of blueberries.
Those are my favorite. They're expensive.
They are expensive, and your body isn't made of blueberries. It's made of water. You know what I mean? So even though those things are antioxidants, once like a blueberry or a green tea goes into your body, from what I've been researching lately, is after they pull the free radical, then they themselves to turn that cell or that atom, set that atom right, then it itself becomes a free radical. Well, Kangen water changes into water, which is why you are actually cleaned out by it. And so I couldn't believe that. That kind of blew me away. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that the stuff that that we're putting into our bodies, because it's not water, they are free radical. I mean, they are antioxidizing, but then they themselves are then turning into an oxidizing agent. So that I thought it was pretty interesting, and I have more research to do about that. So but that was very interesting to me. I went to a seminar down in South Carolina where they were talking about that, and I thought that was kind of like, wow.
And that's important to note, because for a lot of people who follow Dr. Sebi, they know that they have to have certain electrolytes, but at the same time, Dr. Sebi speaks about we don't want the oxidized version of whatever it is. So if you're low on magnesium, you don't want to take magnesium oxide. So what about these numbers?
These numbers,
they're changing now already.
They are, because it's actually measuring the air.
Oh.
So anything over 0 is oxidizing. Anything under 0 or negative is antioxidizing.
Okay.
Okay, so like I was telling you earlier, bottled waters use chemicals to make themselves alkaline or whatever. Anything that is more than H2O is a solution. So let's just check some of these things out before we start looking at them. So core water, which is something that's pretty popular, it's a reverse osmosis water. It has calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, and potassium bicarbonate. I guess that's for electrolyte and mineral sources, for taste and hydration. Water hydrates you. You don't need to add anything to your water to hydrate you, because your water utilizes what you eat. It's supposed to be able to create electrolytes inside of your body. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be able to utilize what you're putting in it, which goes in concert with what Nakia is saying, with making sure you're not putting the oxide version of the whatever into your body, because your water is going to help you utilize that properly. Like this water has sodium bicarbonate, dipotassium phosphate, magnesium sulfate, and calcium chloride. Let's see this one right here, Aquafina. Purified by reverse osmosis. This is the little one. It doesn't have any ingredients, but I'm sure there's some. Dasani. Purified water. Magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate, it has potassium chloride, and is an agent that they use in lethal injection. Salt. So for taste. Alright, so anything over 0 is oxidizing, and therefore creating inflammation, and it's creating an environment of disease. Okay? So this is core.
So what's happening here?
What it is it's measuring the core. So I think that's about a 230. I don't know if it's backwards on the screen, but it's
247.
247. So anything over 0 is oxidizing and causing inflammation. So just to give you a gauge, green tea, that's antioxidizing, is about a negative 100 on our ORP meter.
Oh wow.
Okay. So orange juice, though it's acidic, it's antioxidizing. That's about a negative 100. So alkalinity and things like that, is one thing, because they put the chemicals in it to make this register alkaline, and we'll see that in just a few moments. But you see the ORP, so you know that this is causing disease in our bodies, it's causing inflammation, and it's causing oxidation, because that number is over 0. All right, so let's just check the essential water. This is another popular alkaline water. So it's settling right at about 170. 160, so we know that's oxidizing, it's causing inflammation, it's causing oxidation. All right, so this is Aquafina. Right away, it goes up to 2, let's see what it goes up to. Is that 286?
286.
286. So we know that that's oxidizing and causing inflammation. Let's check Dasani. Whoa, that shot way up. 400. 406. This is one of the most popular waters, you know, and this water is supposed to be utilized by our bodies to clean us out. Every process that our body goes through goes on in solution. So we need the water to be replenished. We need the water to take away the waste from our cells. You know, they eat, they excrete. You know, we need that, and it's not doing it. And then it is actually causing disease in our body. The water that we have access to. Don't forget where we live, you guys. Okay.
That's very important.
That's very important.
That's
you know, all this stuff is marketed. They heard alkaline, so they put some chemicals together and said, "Here it is, drink it." No, it's not.
But it's good. It's good to know that we do have good water underneath the ground. Yeah. But a lot of people don't have access to a well.
That's right.
A lot of people don't have access to a well.
That's right. Most of us don't. Most of us don't. And then one of the things, honestly, Nakia, one of the things you have to worry about with well waters, unless you're getting it like from the well, you got to think about the pipes and how old the pipes are that's bringing it into the house.
Oh, yeah.
You know, these are things that I didn't think about. I mean, I didn't even realize were important until I started drinking this water, and it changed me so much. It made me so interested in just the water industry itself. The water that's coming into our houses. This water is Fayetteville's own tap water.
Oh boy. Well, at least it's still not quite as bad.
And I'm going to tell you what, it depends on what side of town you're on, because I've seen it register at 500 and something, and that could equate to that person's pipes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know, I don't think that I think their home might have been a little bit old. It's older than this apartment complex that I'm in. But yeah, it could be because of their pipes. Oh, now, this is Kangen water.
Oh, wow.
Immediately you see it go negative. Right away.
Yeah.
You know, and it's at a -2. What is that? That's a negative what? 5?
5?
Okay, I was like, wait a minute, say 2. Okay, so when my water comes out, I mean, Kangen water is highly anti-inflammatory, highly antioxidizing. You know, like I said, the baseline we know that if you can Google it right now, the ORP on a green tea is about a -100. My water is much more antioxidizing than green tea. And it's water. Your body is not made out of green tea. Green tea uses water to make it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So imagine if you use this water to make your green tea.
Make the green tea.
You know, as a matter of fact, let me see if I have some tea in the, I'll do that in just a second, because this water will brew tea just by me putting it in there. And that's a testament of how it pulls the toxins out of your body. You don't have to warm it up. It just makes tea. It's amazing. I was like, that's one of the first things I did the first time I got my water, is just like put a tea bag in it, because it just pulls the tea. I wanted to see if it was real, because I couldn't believe it when I saw it on the video, you know, but it does. So you see that number.
Wow.
So let's just check the, I'm going to turn this off. Let's check, now that we know that it's not the pH that makes a difference. Because, you know, this water is alkaline, right? This water is alkaline. It says that this is 9.5 or higher. My water is 9.5. That's what my device makes. 8.5, 9.0, and 9.5. This is 9.5. This is 9.5. That's what it says anyway. It says 9.5 or higher. Number one, you shouldn't be going over 9.5, because then you're getting into the strong alkalines, and they're not good for your body.
Damaging.
Exactly. So this is pH drops.
So what is all this?
Okay, so these pH drops are basically like what you would use for your fish tank, or if you just wanted to test the pH of something. This is my pH chart. It tells us anything over here. You can show anything on the
acid side.
Acid side is more orangish, greenish. pH balance is your blue-green, and then purple, blue, dark blue is into your more alkalines.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just going to sit this. Well, I don't know where you can see it. I'll sit it back here. All right, so core water, it says it's alkaline, and it is more pH balanced than anything, honestly, because it matches the tap water, and tap water legally has to be a 7.0 on the pH scale.
Okay.
So you see that that's almost exactly the same color. So we know core water is not alkaline like they advertise. All right, so Essentia. Essentia is alkaline, but it has sodium bicarbonate in it. It's going to make it alkaline, but we know that the ORP was almost 200 on that. And anything over 0 is oxidizing, causing you inflammation and causing you dis-ease, because inflammation is the foundation of disease.
Right.
So then we get into the Aquafinas and the Dasani waters, you know, the ones that we, you know, commonly just go to. And
they look horrible.
they are acidic. Okay?
Yes.
They're acidic. And you saw the ORP on the Dasani, that was almost a 400. You know, this one was almost 300. So then we have tap water, which was, I think it was in the 2s or the 3s. Less than the Dasani, but it's pH balanced, because they have to put a solution of chemicals in here to make it pH balanced. But do you know in tap water they put their sewage in here? I could not believe when I read that. That's in everybody's tap water. And what I used to do is I would buy bottled water, but I would cook with this. I made Kool-Aid with it. I mean, I filtered it. I don't make Kool-Aid, but you know what I'm saying. I don't drink Kool-Aid. I haven't drank Kool-Aid, and I can't remember when. I don't. So, but this is Kangen water. And in comparison to this, my water is a darker, richer purple. It's a darker, richer purple because mine is more alkaline. You know, they're both purple, but mine is naturally alkaline. My ORP was a negative. It was in the negative 500s, negative 600s. I've even seen it in the negative 800s. You know, because it's going and it's going to go into your body, and it's going to show you that there can be a different water.
Even the tester molecules are distributed differently throughout both of those cups. It's more, you know, like a layer on top.
Yeah.
So I can totally understand what you mean by the water not sloshing around in your stomach, just because I see the way that the colored molecules are moving.
More dispersed.
Yeah,
I didn't
more
even
dispersed.
notice that. Yes, that's good. Yes, it's more of a solution here, as opposed to here where the drops are just sitting on side of the water, not actually mixing with the water as well. And you see that kind of across the board.
Yeah.
Well, this one not so much, but that's a very good observation. I like that. Very good.
So what about, okay, so I like drinking out of a copper vessel. What do you think about that?
I think that's really, really good when drinking, especially Kangen water.
Even if I don't have a copper vessel.
If it's metal, if it's dark, because that's gonna keep the water fresher longer. My water, I don't want to say shelf, I don't want to say life, but it's medicinally been more beneficial to drink it within the first 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Because then after then the active hydrogen or that molecular hydrogen dissipates.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't. I don't know when they say dissipates, but it basically the water molecules come back together into a regular H2O configuration. Like I said, this is a naturally occurring water. It's not like they've taken the water and did some science to it. This is what they tested. This is what they found. They created a process that can make
that machine.
Actually,
so how does the machine work? Is it vibration?
No, actually, it's not. It takes the water through an electrolysis process, and it runs it over the water. It runs it over the filters like a river.
Okay.
It goes back and forth over platinum plates, and mine goes over 7 platinum plates. So it goes back and forth within the device, just like a trickling river. Like in the ground, it goes through a movement that activates the water.
That just goes to show you once again that water has memory, and we could sit and talk about that forever. But with the way the water is moving, I mean, this to me is essential for some people who are having a hard time with healing on different diets or meal plans.
Yeah.
This is
It's
sounding
essential.
Yes.
It's essential because it's water. And like I said, you know, we're not food. I mean, we need food, obviously, but our body is made out of over 70% water, and some of our organ systems are 78% water. Our brain, Our brains, a lot of the brain disease things, behavioral things that happen to us, ADHD, PTSD, even some autism. There's a whole institute in California that this water is like the cornerstone of their operation. And they see turnaround in days where people come in nonverbal. And with that and diet, with the Kangen water as the focus, and diet and the different exercises that they take them through, they're verbal and moving within days. And that's amazing that water is able to give them those results. Like since they introduced Kangen water into their regimen, they've seen a 35% increase in their results. And they were already getting results. But they couldn't believe that water could make that much. 35% is huge. Yeah. You know, in science, that's a huge increase. You know what I mean? Of positive results. And like Dr. Hiromi Shinya, he's the doctor that created the colonoscopy and the polypectomy. Like, we all are supposed to do that when we turn 50. And some of us earlier, depending on our family history. We all of us have to go through a process that this man created. That man is a proponent of Kangen water. He's a Japanese man. Obviously, his name is Hiromi Shinya. But all of his patients drink Kangen water. You should see some of the intestinal before and afters. People with diverticulitis and colon cancers and things like that. They're healed. You know, Japanese, Western medicine, they deal with the source. As a matter of fact, Kangen means returning to the origin. Okay? They deal with the source of things over in Eastern medicine. In Western medicine, we use pharmaceuticals to deal with the symptoms. We don't use it to heal us.
Yeah, right.
It's not meant to heal us.
Absolutely.
We're not even that type of society. We're a capitalistic society, and we get paid off sick people. Right. Very well. Right. So no wonder our water's so dirty. I mean, our food is, and what they give us in our food, we can barely trust, and we have to decipher through and read this and that to see if it's a GMO or not. Because I couldn't believe, I saw this movie called According to Monsanto. Yeah. And I couldn't believe what the U.S. government did to us with our food. France stopped in the early 90s. America kept going. And now nobody has America. This is America. And now you can almost, and they did it secretly. When did you find out about GMOs? I just found out about GMOs probably within the last 5 years.
It's been going on for
It's been
decades.
going on since the 90s.
Even probably longer, because
I would say so.
A lot of the older military would know, because they were highly affected by a lot of things that Monsanto did.
Exactly.
I have a problem with that one specifically because my father was directly affected by that.
Wow.
You just never know what's happening when you see things that look like justice on the surface. It might not be. Yeah. That's why it's so important for us to bring the community together. That's why I do these Providing the Tribes.
Thank you so much.
Because it's really important thank you, sister.
It really is.
It's so important for me to make sure that we all know who is in our community. Because we may have lost a lot of our elders, but we still are in this together. We haven't lost them as long as we continue to build on the foundation that they've given us. Yes. You know, we don't get stagnant and stay there at the foundation. We continue to build. And that's why it's so important for us to recognize our resources, recognize what we can contribute to our environment and to the people around us. What can we contribute besides booty popping? And what can we contribute? There's a lot. Yes, and so much that we can contribute. I'm just being silly.
No, I mean, but there's so much. There's so much of us, and that's what is in the forefront. That's what people want to look at. But there's so much. There's so many beautiful things that we're doing. Yeah. You know, that's so much more than a. You know.
Yeah, booty popping is nice.
I mean, I go to Tone and Twerk. Yeah, I have fun.
Really? I want to go to Tone and Twerk.
Oh, honey, I got you. I'm tell you all about it. I'll tell you all about it.
I don't know how to twerk.
I mean, you know, I just learned.
Well, my sister laughs at me because she's just like, you need to stop.
Honey, I had a friend who we went on vacation for a week, and she made sure by the end of the week, because I wanted to learn. I've just learned 2 years ago. I promise you, I've been twerking for 24 months. So, I mean, it's funny because we were really like working on it all week. And I look like a fool, but we got it. I got it.
Okay, well then I'm next.
Yes, if I can do it, you can do it, boy. It's a workout. It's a chore. You got to learn. You know, it's a science. I didn't know. I had no idea. You know,
that's so funny.
You know, it was such a science behind this, you know. So it's an art for sure. I'm not taking anything away from you.
It is.
From twerking.
I was just hating because I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
It's an art, you know. I'm not taking anything away from your art, but what I will say is there's so much more to us.
Yes.
As a people, as a community, I mean, it's so many beautiful things that we're doing.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm watching these young people come up. You know, I go to Fayetteville State, and they're so bright. You know, and they give the millennials such a hard time. And I did too. But they are so bright, and they're turning into really, really beautiful, effective people who aren't scared. You know, they aren't scared to say, hey, that's not right.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that, you know. And so I think that, you know, you doing this, Miss Nakia, is definitely necessary for the city. I just wish you so many blessings because that you even thought or conceived the idea like this. It's a big thing. This is huge that you're doing. And thank you for, you know, sitting down with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me over. And so hopefully, if you want to get in touch with Shukne, then you're going to follow. Do you have your social media?
Yes, I am at Water First. That's Water, 1ST, Water First, Kangen Water on Facebook. My website is Water First, that's Water, FIRST, 2020.com, where you can see an informational video that'll tell you all about the device and the water that it makes. And you can always call me. I don't mind giving out my telephone number at 910-308-8795. If you have any questions, I do a free 10-day trial for anybody who'd like to try the water. But you have to get in contact with me to try it. I do 10 days free for anybody and everybody because I want everybody to drink this water. I want everybody to drink this water because it changed my life. As a matter of fact, the slogan of the company is change your water, change your life.
This is just a huge thing. You know, I try to talk to people about healing because, you know, it's such a long process. I've healed myself from so many things and still have to go quite a distance with other things.
Yeah.
But, I tell you, you've got to be drinking your water. Don't feel discouraged if you can't afford a Kangen machine, or if you're not in this area, if you don't know how to get a hold of this water. You continue to do the best that you can.
That's right.
Drink what you have. Use what you have.
Right.
While, you know, and then as you begin to desire better, and you keep your focus on better, then better will manifest.
Right.
Better will manifest. I want a lot of people to keep their focus and remember that, yes, even though we may be eating plant-based lives or alkaline diets, we have to remember that if it doesn't move quickly through the digestive system, if it doesn't move quickly through that digestive tract, it doesn't matter if it's plants or alkaline or electric, it doesn't matter. Because the slower it moves, the more acidic it becomes in your system. It's important to drink your water and keep everything moving through your digestive tract.
Yeah.
And if you can get in touch with Shukne, please do get in touch with her so that you can start, you know, making sure that all your efforts up into that space of healing. Yes. And if you can't, you know, speak to your water right now. You know, I was in a position where, you know, I didn't really have anything at one point. You know, welfare, food stamps, the whole shebang. Yeah. You know, and I remember to speak life over myself. So speak life over your water, and as you keep going through, you know, you'll manifest everything that you need. You have everything that you need.
I love what you're saying. I am a proponent of The Secret. I am. You have what you say. You have what you feel. You have what you think. I love what you're saying, and I think it's totally necessary. I'm going to start speaking to my water, my Kangen water. Yeah. I'm going to start speaking to a lot more things around me because I never even thought of it on that wavelength. That's a beautiful thing. Yes. I mean, I love when I get little nuggets like that. That blessed me indeed. That was good.
Wow, Ashe, thank you, Lord.
Yes, that was good. Just an aside, there was this lady on Saturday. She came over very early while we were setting things up, and she had she was a spiritual lady. She had this little amulet on the string that she said dealt with her energy. And she said when she goes to the grocery store, she takes it with her. and she makes sure that the food matches her energy. So she'll hold her hand near whatever it is, and it picks up. And if it's spinning slow, then that means it's not on her energy. So she waved her hand. I was like, what is she doing? You know, I didn't know. And she did her hand in front of all the waters. And she was like, yeah, none of this stuff is good. So I was like, well, why don't you try? We were just setting up, you know. She was a vendor out there that day. And I was like, well, I had my water kind of over in the shade. You know, I sent my partner to go get the Kangen water, and he brought it over. And it's when she put her hand next to my water, and she didn't know anything about my water. She didn't know what we were doing. I hadn't really talked to her. I was like, I was kind of giving her the, I'll be right with you, ma'am. You know, I saw she was doing her own thing anyway and reading the information. I didn't really think much about it. But I started asking her, and when she put our water next to her thing, after she finished our water, that's when she told me what she was doing, and that's when I told her about my water. She put her hand next to Kangen water, and when I say that thing started spinning out of control, she said, wow. She said, this is more than my frequency. She took one of my cards. She's like, I'm going to be in touch with you. She said, wow. I've never seen anything like this. I was like, I hadn't either. Because I had never experienced anything like this drinking the water. My grandmother's 80 years old. They've been trying to do a knee replacement on her forever. Her knees doesn't do her anymore. She's doing 3 laps around her yard where she would do the traditional one just to say she did something.
Oh, wow.
But she has so much energy now. Like, I've been doing 3 laps. I feel good. Where's my water?
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yes,
it's amazing.
Yes, it is.
It is amazing, this water.
Wow. And so does this company make filters like for the shower?
Absolutely. This device only does 3 things. Only markets 3 things, and that is your filtration systems. It has a range of filtration systems depending on your personal needs. Then it markets a shower unit that makes your shower unit like those hot springs, you know, with all the minerals and everything in it. And then it markets a turmeric called Ucan. And the turmeric is going to open
the root.
Yeah, well, it's a supplement, it's a pill. Okay. But yeah, the turmeric root, it's a farm and plant they have in Okinawa, Japan, the same place that they make the devices. They cultivate the turmeric with Kangen water. So it's like this super turmeric that helps with, you know, even the water's antioxidant and the turmeric is an antioxidant, so they work in concert with each other, you know. And I haven't tried it yet. Like I told you, I'm a skeptic, so I'm trying. I just got some for my mother to try this weekend. You know, I said, you try it, you know.
That would be something that would be more accessible for a lot of people, the turmeric. So, okay, that people can get in touch with you.
Absolutely.
For the turmeric.
Absolutely.
What about these devices if somebody wants to buy one of those?
ORP meter?
Do they sell those?
No, the ORP meter is something I found it's a scientific device, something I found on you can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them from Milwaukee Instruments. Those are the only 2 places that I've been able to find them.
About how much do they run?
The ORP meter is probably about $119, $20, between $120 to $150 for a good one. Company says that it wants to support you 100%. So 70% with the water for the inside of your body. The other 20% of the inside of your body is going to be with your turmeric, and then the other 10% of your body is going to be the outside with your earnest shower unit. Okay. And so the only thing I have right now is the SD501. That's my water filtration and ionization system. But my next device, I'm certainly going to get the shower unit.
Change your water, change your life.
Yeah.
I love it.
Kangen water.
I have chills.
Yeah, wait till you start drinking this water.
I'm so happy I came.
Yes,
I'm getting some water.
Yes, I'm glad too, because it's about to change your life. I cannot wait to hear, you know, the positive effects that it has. I'm confident that it will. Yes. So thanks again. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yes.
So this has been one of another great episode of Providing the Tribe. I'm so blessed with having such a wonderful community.
Yeah.
So if you want to be next on Providing the Tribe, just make sure that you reach out to us on Instagram. Instagram is the main place to reach out to me. I will get back to you on Facebook, but I don't go on Facebook as often as I used to. So if you want to get in touch with me expeditiously, you can go through Instagram. Okay, and so like I always say, continue to vibrate love and vibrate well.
Yes.
I'll see you all next time.